We met with George Benjamin, when we were in the Paris Conservatory. He was a student of Messiaen. I was a student of his wife, Yvonne Loriot. But then he studied the piano also with Yvonne Loriot privately, and I went sometimes to Messiaen class to watch some of his marvelous analyses. And started a very strong and marvelous friendship. What has been extraordinary for me is to be always inspired and enriched by somebody who is so sincerely artistic and human, and so incredibly knowledgeable, but always on a very alive way. The conversations with George, alive or by phone, are always captivating and always touching also. And his extraordinary musicianship is both together deep and seductive. This is somebody who has an incredible sense for sonorities, for musical gestures, but who intends also to compose a music that is essential. Many composers with the same incredible talent as a teenager or young adult would have composed 6 pieces a year, but he has got the courage to say no and to try to be better and more concentrated and more significant all the time. And to see such a talent to develop all the time, trying to find his inner way, and always a better and better craftsmanship, and which one, that has been for me something extremely impressive and extremely nourishing. It's hard with new operas today. There were good moments for writing an opera in our history of music. It's not that easy today. Not easy to write for voices, for the stage, for orchestra, if you want really to renew the writing for these 3 dimensions. And well, of course, quite often you hear something that is satisfying on certain points of view, but that is not completely an opera. Or sometimes you hear an opera, but that is not really a new creation. And in this case, in the case of George Benjamin, written of Skin, what was bluffing, really breathtaking, was to be suddenly in contact with a piece that was as vocal, as dramatic, as orchestral, as the greatest operas in our history, in my opinion. And to live an experience that is both together that rich and complete and that concentrated, I thought suddenly, my God, but did we live that since Berg composed Wozzeck, for instance? The other thing that was so marvelous, George has an incredible sense for instruments. He's also a composer, everybody knows that, who doesn't compose much. Each of his pieces is incredibly well realized and achieved and represents something, but he doesn't compose in quantity as he composes in quality. And you would think, well, how will it be with an opera? An entire evening and something that mixes so many dimensions, so many genres. And I must say, it has been really overwhelming to hear the result. That means a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece, and maybe his own masterpiece.